How do you get this damn box to work? That's the question I've been asking myself for the last 3 days through denial and error to get this thing working. And I'm here to share it with you. There's only like 2 videos that go over this all over YouTube, and I'm here to go through this thing piece by piece. All right, so I have the Aurora module. This is the middle grade. There's 3 of them. There's the Luna, the Aurora, the Stardust. This one and the Stardust are kind of similar, different ports and stuff, but a little different. The Luna is even lower, even different. I'm going to show you how to go over the Aurora and all the features here. First things first, you should never take out this antenna, ever. Don't ever take it out. You can get what's called electric static discharge, and it can fry the chip. I thought mine was fried because I happened to put it in when it was on. I didn't know until I read all the reviews and people talking about it. Don't ever take it off or on when the device is on. You should power it down, let it cool down, not cool down, but let it discharge for about 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And if you have to take the antenna off, then take it off. But really, you should leave it on. You can get discharge static, and just a tiny bit can fry the whole board inside. So be careful of that. You can get the optional V-mount. Really nice. It just bolts in over here with 4 bolts. It comes with it. It should have bolts on this side to kind of secure it, because it does like bounce a bit, which is fine, but it would be nice to secure it. You got your mounting, M10 and a 3/8. On the back, this is where the V-mount would plug in. It just goes in and then screws in. And you can go from the battery to the AC flawlessly without interruption. So if you put the battery on, take out the power, then you can still run it without it turning off or anything, which is cool, and vice versa. Then this one, the Aurora, also has a DMX in and DMX out, both 5-pin. First things first, you got to update this thing. I don't care where you got it from. I spent 3 days figuring out why it would only go 10 feet. And the reason was because the firmware wasn't updated. But it said I had the right firmware, but it wasn't. So I forced updated the firmware, and then it worked good. I'll show you the app and everything here coming up. I've had to update it with that. So you come in, there's 2 different ones. You got CRMX Toolbox, and you got CRMX Toolbox 2. They both work good, but for updating, you want to use the old app, which is, I know, kind of weird, but you want to only update it in the old one. So I'm going to show you how to do it in the old one. So you come in the CRMX Toolbox. You want to click Connect. You want to make sure that the Bluetooth is on your device, or else it won't pick it up. You don't need the Wi-Fi on, you just need the Bluetooth. There's my unit there. You can click on it. You can identify the device, which it'll flash. The front face will flash so you can see which one you're working with if you got more than one. I'm going to connect to it here. It takes just a second. And there we go. I'm in. I had the same thing here where the updated firmware part is blocked off. I would recommend that you force update it, because mine was not working properly until I did that, and it took me forever to figure that out. Even though it said it was updated, it wasn't. So you would click on update, and then it says no new firmware available, but you just hit yes, and then put your phone by the unit, let it go. It takes maybe 10 minutes. Don't turn it off or you'll mess stuff up. And then just do that first, and that might fix a lot of problems. You can go to My Device here, and you go to Device Settings. Now this is pretty much the basics of what I have if you want to do wireless CRMX. You want to put it on transmitter, you want to have DMX hold on, you want to have on CRMX mode, the output power all the way up, and then you can come in here and set the Wi-Fi settings and your linking key. I set my linking key to 111111. I think it's 6 or 7 digits. I just put 11111. Makes it easy to plug it in the unit. Wi-Fi settings. You can set the name here, and you can put your password. I have it on channel 36. You want it in AP mode, which means basically you're using the unit as the Wi-Fi destination. So that's where it's coming from. I put my IP to 192.168.0.201, the standard basic code. You can go up from there on 202 or 203 If you have more units, the net mask is 255, 255, 255, 0. You want the DHCP on, which basically communicates with the light and it automatically flips over if there was an issue. It's recommended to put it on. I'm in SACN. I used ArtNet. ArtNet also works, but you want to put the universe to 0 because ArtNet starts on 0 and then goes to 1, but SACN starts on 1 and stays at 1. So if you're going to use ArtNet, then put it to the universe 0. I found SACN is a little bit better range for me, depending on what you're doing, but up to you. Then you want to save the Wi-Fi settings. And then, oh, success. We were saved the bullshit settings. And then you want to link it. You want to click link and link your device there. Unlink it if it doesn't work, and then link it again, and it should link. Now you can do the exact same thing in the CRMX2 app, which is a little bit cleaner. So there's my Aurora. This is CRMX2 app. I click there. I can connect. And then I can go in and configure, update, link, disconnect. And it's a little bit more cleaner. You can change your mode better. It'll shut down the device to reboot if you change the mode. But you can come in and choose. It's just a little bit cleaner. But don't update it from this app. You got to use the old app because for some reason it'll freak out. You just use the old app to update. But if you want to just change the Wi-Fi and stuff in the new app, that's fine because it's a little bit cleaner. Except it's all different here because I haven't used the second one, but I'm not going to save it. All right, so everything that I did in the app, you can do also with this button here. It's a little more complicated, but you can do it. I'll show you how to do it. I'm on the main screen here right now. You click once. It takes you into the menu. 5 different options here. So we got the same thing with the linking here. You can click that. You got link, unlink, linking key, where you can set up the linking key like I did in the app. So you could do the same thing there. Then you got your universe. Go over there, click there. You can change the name and the color in there. Go back, and we got the Bluetooth. You can enable the Bluetooth here, change the pin, remove the pin. I usually don't have a pin because it's just Bluetooth. Like I said, if you want to run this a little bit longer range, then I usually have the Bluetooth off unless I really need it, unless I'm using a device that needs it. Just kind of extends the range a bit. Then we have Wi-Fi. This is where you get in the meat and potatoes. This is where you can select your mode here. You can do access point or client mode. I haven't tried client mode yet, where you can kind of use this as a receiver for the Wi-Fi to extend it, but I usually leave it in access mode, which is this is generating the Wi-Fi, and then everything's connecting to this. I know the Stardust does that a bit better for client mode. You can change the name here, your SSID, set your password, change your channel, your IP, your protocol, which for some reason is an ArtNet, and let me put it back to SACN. And then I'll set my universe to 1 because that's where SACN starts on 1. If you're setting it on ArtNet, like I said, you want to set it to 0. Go back. Then you got your settings. This is where you can change your mode. There's 3 modes, CRMX, there's WDMX G3, and then WDMX G4S. I usually leave it in CRMX because that's what I am working with. You got your RDM proxy. I usually leave that off. Kind of helps with the range. If you need it, then you can turn it on. I leave my DMX hold on, and then you can also change the Bluetooth on and off from the same node here. Then you got your device name, factory reset, and about. So that's the main menu there. If you want to go back to the very first menu, all you do is click and hold the button for a second or two, release, and then you go back to the main menu where you can see the name, the status, and then the universe, and then also you can see there will be a Bluetooth signal here if you have the Bluetooth on, so you know it's on or off. But right now I have it in Wi-Fi mode, so the kind of Wi-Fi thing is on. So for mounting, I got an M10 bolt with threading, but then a lot of extra screw there. So all you do is screw it in. I got a bolt and a washer, so you can tighten it up, but then not break the screw, go like that, and then you could mount a C-stand gobo to that. As you can see, I just put it through the small side of the gobo arm, locked it in. It could be a little longer for this, but then you could put this on a stand and get it up nice and high. It's a little cumbersome, and that's why I kind of like the Cardellini method a little bit better. All right, now here's the Cardellini way to do it, and I think it's a little cleaner. All you do is Cardellini right to it, and then you got a pin, put it on your stand, get it up as high as you need. I like this a lot better, but although I like it, I'm usually running and gunning, and I found that you need to be close to the box with your iPad or whatever device you're using to control the lights. They need to stay together. So I rigged this on my belt clip, which I'll show you how I do using these little threads here, these openings, and some carabiners. And yeah, I'm sure there's a better way to do this, mounting it or putting it in a Pelican or whatnot, but I found that you need to keep this close to you with the iPad, so I just like having it on me, and then I don't have to worry about losing connection or anything. Okay, so now I got it in my, what I like to call, mobile mode. All I did was put 2 carabiners off of each end here and hit it on the belt loop to hold it, and now I'm on a V-mount, and the whole thing is mobile. I kind of like to run like this. It is a little bit heavy, but then it's always next to me and my iPad for doing any kind of changes for lighting. So yeah, it's a little big, but it's not bad. And like I said, there's probably a lot of other ways to do it, but this is what works for me. You can do it however you want to make it work for you. Now let me show you how to actually use this with Blackout and get it connected and start running lights. Alright, so now I'm in the Blackout app. I've created a project and a location, and I am going to click on that. I've already have some stuff set up here, but I'm going to show you how to go through it. I've got my cream source Vortex 8 set up here. So I got my box on. I've got it on CRMX, and the status now has changed to DMX once I open my Blackout app. I'm going to come in here to Wi-Fi settings. I might want to change this based on what you're using. I'm using SACN, and there's the protocol settings are just there. But if you're on ArtNet, you can change the protocol settings to directed or limited or unicast, depending on what you're doing. They all work decently, but some are better than others. I just like to stick with SACN. It's worked the best for me so far. So I got that all hooked up. You do have to have your Wi-Fi on. As you can see, I just turned it off. 1 second. I'm connected to the Aurora, which is the box, and I got the Bluetooth on. You don't have to have the Bluetooth on, but it doesn't really matter unless you're using Bluetooth lights. But if you're using CRMX, then you just go through the Wi-Fi. So I got all these other lights set up here. I'm going to take these all out. There's 3 different levels down here. You got fixtures, faders, and patch. So I'm going to go to patch. And then I can see that I have already patched lights in here. You go to patch dimmers, and you can see all of the DMX channels, all 512 for the universe I'm in. I only have one universe at the moment. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to unpatch all of these. Just click unpatch. Okay. Now they're all unpatched. So I have my Vortex 8 here, and I got it in mode 35, I believe, for DMX profile. I'm going to add that in. So all you do, come over here to add fixture, and then you go from add from cloud database. And then you can search from manufacturer, fixture, or model. So I'm just going to go over to fixtures and type in Vortex 8. So I typed in Vortex, and then I got Vortex 8 here. I'll click on that, and then all the profiles for the 8 are there. On the back of the Vortex 8 here, as you can see, I've got an address. Got the address set to 1, because I don't have any other lights on this yet, so I'm starting at 1. I've got the mode to 35, which is CCT, and then RGBW 16-bit with the zone, so I can control each individual zone. There's 8 zones. And then I'm going to hook that up now into the Blackout app. I'm going to patch it in. So I want to come down, and I want to find mode 35.
which I think I have bookmarked here, mode 35. You can bookmark them into the favorites, which is nice. So you can click on it and see exactly what you're getting out of each thing. So you got fans, control, color temp, crossfade, RGBW. You got everything there. So you can see what you're gonna patch, or what mode is gonna best work for you. So I'm gonna hit patch here, and then it says I already have a copy, so I'm just gonna patch a new copy instead of using an existing copy. And then it comes up with the patch bay. So I'm starting on 1, and then it's going to take up, 130 DMX channels, because the offset there, 130. The address starting at 1, the universe 1. I've only got 1 fixture amount, and then the fixture number. So if you want to come in and just add like 5 of these at once, you just click plus, and it automatically populates the channels there. But I'm only going to patch in 1. You can label it here. I'm going to label it Vortex. I got it labeled there Vortex. I'm going to hit save here, and then it's patched in. As you can see, I'm in the patch bay, and I got 1 Cream Source Vortex 8, 1 through 30, 1 through 130 DMX channels, mode 35. Blah, blah, blah. And you can change the color as well there. So I'm going to go back to fixtures here on the bottom left. So I've got all these pillboxes. So the main one here, the first one, is the actual unit, and then all these others are the cells of the unit. And you can turn these on and off just by hitting cells here. So if you just want to play with the unit itself, it keeps it a little cleaner instead of having all the cells. But you can see all the cells there. If I come in here and I go to fixture control and I just bring this up, I'm blinding myself. The intensity here, and you can see that's like 1% there. So you can see it's working. I can change the color temp as well in the same menu screen, 2200 to 15,000, and then I can also change the RGB. So on this particular profile, I can change the RGB, saturation, the hue, intensity. Can also go with XY, CMYK, depending on what you want to do. And then we got the control, the fans, the crossfade. Turn that off. And then the regular color temp and intensity. So that's the basics of setting up the profile. Now, if you want to get into the individual cells, I'm going to show you that real quick as well. So in the case of this, I've got 8 cells here. They're like a quarter each, 4 by 4 on the pars. So I want to do just a simple chase. So I would come in here, I would click on the main head of the unit. I come down here, there's a little button down here for the keypad. I'm going to click double tap on period, and then it only selects the cells only. So as you can see, it deselected the head of the unit. And then I can save this as a group. So I'm going to go in and save it, record it. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to keep it as it is. Group 10, name group 10. Save that. Come over to the groups here, which I'm already in. Scroll down. I'm going to select the group, and then it's going to select all of the fixtures again. And now I'm going to record it as an effect. I'm going to go over to Effect, Effect 14. I'm going to save that. Now I'm going to go over to the Effects module, scroll down until I find my effect, Effect 14. You can double tap the effects to open it up bigger. And now I just want to make a simple chase. So if you just hit play here, you can see that, oh, hold on, it's a little bright. Let me turn it down even more. It's just a simple chase using all 8 fixtures. So if I want to come in and change that, I can change the total time. If I want to make it a little faster, like 0.98 seconds. Now it's a little faster. I can also change the level here. So the level on this one would be the intensity of the unit. I only got it to 2 right now. You can change the timing of each, the going up and going down, the dwelling, and the background as well. And over here you can reverse it, you can bounce it, you can do a lot of things. And like I said, a lot of this is in the video from the Blackout app channel. If you want to go look at that, it's a little more in depth. I'm just showing the basic stuff here. So now you can see it's bouncing. It's going all the way back and then coming back because I put on the bounce here. So you can just stop it with this. Now it's stopped. I can go back over to the regular fixture control, and if I select the main unit here, I can clear, just select the unit, and then just go back to regular intensity here. And then change the white balance, all that stuff there. So that's the basics of that. Now let me show you the range of this at night, because the range is pretty decent. And you can see why you need to keep the iPad close to your unit if you're going to do mobile things. So as you can see on the Vortex, we have, it shows you a percentage, 98% on the Lumen Radio, that little dot with the two greens, white dot and two green dots. 96% from right here, but that's with the box and the iPad right by the unit. So let's see how far it goes with the box right next to the unit, and then I walk away with the iPad. And I'm just going to keep walking away. Alright. See how far we can get. Alright, so I'm only about 25 feet away, and it's already lost connection. Let me walk back in. There you go, I got a little more. So I got a limit of about 20, maybe 15, 20 feet. Because I don't have the box right next to me. That's what I'm saying, is you got to have the box and the iPad together. And they work a lot better. So now let me try it with the box with me and the iPad next to the unit and see how far that goes. I've got the box on my hip. I've got the iPad next to the unit. And the unit is going, I got on the chase mode, basic chase mode. Let's see how far we can get before this loses the signal. Okay. It's kind of shuddering at the same, about 25 feet here. If I go a little bit farther, still going. It's a little shuddery, but it's still going. And then now it's lost it. Now it doesn't know what's. So about 35 feet here, it loses it. So if I walk back in, now it has it. It's all right. And now I'm about 15 feet away, and it's perfect. So like I'm saying, you gotta have the box and the iPad close to you at the same distance for it to go far. So now I'm back on the app and the box with me, and I'm walking back. Now we're about 50 feet away. I'm gonna keep walking, and as you can see, it keeps the CRMX connected. I'm still going. And it's still going about over, 200 feet here. All right, so now I'm even farther than I was before. I'm about another 50 or 75 feet past what I was before with the box and the iPad. I'm going to go ahead and hit the effect here. You can see that, as you can see that it's lighting up that tree there. If I turn the color temp, tungsten, daylight, you can see that it's lighting up that tree. It's close by that tree there. So it's working, and this is about maybe 400 or 500 feet, so I could probably go even farther. And it's instantaneous from here. So like I'm saying, having the iPad and the box on my hip here,
back of the box. Having them together is makes the connection even better than separating them, for my instance. Now, you might experiment with other things, but for my purposes, having them both together increases the range very nicely. So I could probably go another 500 feet. I could probably go 2,000 feet and be okay, but I don't have that kind of range. All right, so if you guys want to know more about the app or anything, let me know. I'm going to do some more videos. If you want to learn any more about Blackout, I could do some more tutorials. Or if you want to know more about the Aurora, let me know. Any questions or anything, I'd be happy to answer them.